All right, welcome back to the Vintage New Jersey podcast. If you're new here, this is where we talk about the places, the stories, and the stuff in New Jersey that somehow never leaves you, even if you did. After posting some 80s style videos recently and reading the comments, it really got me thinking New Jersey nostalgia hits harder, I feel, than any other state. And yeah, this is going to, poke the bear a little bit. But let's be honest about New Jersey nostalgia in general. Every state loves nostalgia. I'm sure people from Detroit and like West Virginia, they might have a serious case with this, but New Jersey nostalgia, I feel, just hits a little differently than most. And it's a few reasons for that, but I think mainly because New Jersey didn't change. It just lost things quickly and quietly and all at once. And before the comments start rolling in with like, yeah, that happens everywhere in every town in every state, I agree, it does totally. But not everywhere gets, compressed, rebranded, and monetized the way that New Jersey does things. Mainly, New Jersey isn't pretty necessarily. It was just familiar. It wasn't, like about postcard or, scenic type of views. It was just about familiar places, diners you don't even think about anymore, malls you just ended up at, boardwalks you walked for, miles without even planning where to go. You just walked, factories and warehouses that you drove past every day without even noticing or questioning really. And then when they disappear, it doesn't feel like progress. It feels like someone kind of removed the background of your memories and what kind of shaped you as a youth. A big factor I feel in this is that the density of this state makes everything kind of shared. New Jersey's small, crowded, inescapable. You didn't have your mall, you had the mall. You didn't have a beach, you had your week at the beach. You didn't have a highway, you had your exit on the Parkway or Turnpike, whatever. So when something kind of disappears here, it's not personal to just like one person or like one family, it's a collective. Millions of people lose the same thing at the same time. Um, New Jersey also is kind of, a launch pad for people. It was never sold and packaged as like a destination. It was a place where you grew up and you lived here, and then you went somewhere else. You moved to California or Florida or whatever. College, you moved to big cities, another state, whatever. Everyone kind of had this feeling, you knew you were supposed to leave, eventually. So people actually do leave and take that big leap and then start missing it. It's not because this state is perfect. It's because they realize the place that they were told to kind of outgrow and leave is the same place that actually built them, later on, and it's kind of just stuck with them their whole lives. And not everybody talks about this, but we kind of lost the middle before anyone noticed. And what I mean by that is we didn't lose like these big luxury places first. We lost, it started like incrementally. We lost the jobs, the late night diners, cheap shore houses, places where you can exist without spending a ton of money. And then, you fast forward to when this is all gone, it makes you go, look back and go, wait, that was actually like really awesome and really important to, who I am today. And that's where nostalgia lives. The shore is, like I was saying earlier, that's a pretty obvious example of this. And let's not pretend the shore didn't change. It didn't just change. It just like got optimized. Cleaner, yeah. Nicer, sure. But also less weird, less chaotic, and less human. People don't miss the old shore because it was perfect. They missed it because it felt like it belonged to them, not investors, not algorithms, not branding decks. It just really hits home. New Jersey pride is also defensive for a reason. I can't tell you how many times I've had to defend this this state, especially when I went to college out of state. It's been the punchline forever. You know, the armpit of America. It's polluted. It smells. It's just it's highways and all. You know what? You know, you name it. You've heard it all. So growing up here, you learn to kind of defend it, which also creates attachment. So when New Jersey starts losing the grit, the edge, the stuff that made it Jersey, people don't just feel nostalgic; they feel kind of protective of it. Also, social media had a huge impact on like ruining the mystery of the state. New Jersey used to be cool because it wasn't trying to be cool. Now everything's content. Every diner's aesthetic. Every abandoned building is a reel or video or whatever. And you're not nostalgic for the place. You're nostalgic for who you were when you experienced it without actually having to document it. You lived it. It was just there. And honestly, I mean, I just feel like New Jersey's changing way too fast. Factories factories and warehouses turned into high-end condos. Malls turned into fulfillment centers. Communities turned into just zip codes. That speed matters because nostalgia hits hardest when something disappears before you even realize that it even mattered. The truth that ends this argument is that people don't actually miss New Jersey, I guess, in a sense. They miss being bored but free, being broke but social, being known without being visible. New Jersey was just the backdrop for that phase of your life. And when that backdrop kind of vanishes and when it just disappears completely, your memories get louder. New Jersey nostalgia hits harder because New Jersey never pretended to be special. It worked, and it worked for millions and millions of people. And when that things that work disappears, people don't just simply move on and just whatever. They feel it. It's just like deep in you. New Jersey nostalgia isn't about the past. It's about realizing how much of the present we lost without even noticing it happening. So yeah, that's just kind of my little rant. Thank you for listening. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and share this with your friends. I'll try and read all the comments, both good and bad, and reply as best as I can. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.